Now I think we have sound. Let's see. Looks like let's see, four people I think we have. Oh no, it's Andy and stating the obvious I can see. But some more is watching as I can see. Welcome. This is not one of my ordinary streams. I haven't prepared any videos and so on, as I'd stated in the description of this live stream. It's about me, the channel, and what's going on. As many of you have noticed, I haven't been active since Christmas. I've been working, I've been out at sea, and I came back beginning of last week. And before that I have only been at home for 4 days since Christmas. So I haven't had time to follow Flat Earth, and I haven't had time to make material. So my plans for the future for the channel is one subject for tonight, and I are very interesting to hear your opinions about that. I will come back to that one. Oh no, it's Andy. We'll come back to that one too. Thank you for asking. And I will talk a bit about what you see above my head. That is a nice image from Kiev. Video. It's not taken by me. It's a stock video. And I will address one more thing, and that's my bet with Jeran. Some years ago, I made a bet about a trip to the moon with Jeran. A very stupid thing to do, and I haven't looked in to the subject. I believe my camera have frozen. Oh, I turned it off. Wait a moment. So I'm back. I don't have my ordinary camera, and obviously this camera was overheating. I'm so hot. Back to Jeran. I lost that bet. It was $500, and my intention was to honor that bet. So I will come back to that one later in this live stream too, because Jeran is sending me messages. He have sent me an invoice on PayPal and so on. So I will address that in later on in this stream. So let's start with Andy's question. Yes, I'm well, but I was quite tired when I came back, and the situation with Trump and Ukraine and the peace talks and so on don't make me especially happy. I think we live in a scary time, and I base it on my own experiences. I have been out at sea for 2 months, protecting our interest in the Baltic Sea, and it's quite tough out there. For you who have followed the news, several pipelines, telecommunication cables and so on have been destroyed during the last month between Estonia, Finland, Sweden and the Baltic states, and it's several of them. So the situation out at sea is quite tense. A bit quiet. Is it? I try this then. Hope it's better. So I'm not completely fine. I'm mentally quite tired, and tomorrow I'm going to work again. So I will be away. This time I'm not going to see straight away, so I will have time on the nights making some material. Yes, I'm well aware of that. They tried it around UK, and they have sailed with some mysterious ships quite close to UK and so on. Much better. Chat response is very slow. You mean my response to the chat? And I'm waiting for the reply from stating the obvious. Okay, I will come back to this with more regarding the channel and the subject. The final experiment was a big blow for flat Earth. The last week I tried to look at the more well-known flat earther and what they had produced during those 2 months almost that I have been away. Morning, the copium. Oh, you mean before you see what you're typing in the chat? Takes 20 seconds. I understand. So I looked at the Taboo Conspiracy, listened to Nathan Oakley, looked at Flatsoid, dirt and so on, and it's so obvious that flat Earth is dying. It's very hard to find new subjects, and those who still pushing the flat Earth narrative is being more and more stupid. One of the biggest dumpster fire must be Flatsoid and his desperate attempts to disprove the final experiment. I wonder if is there not any limits for that man's stupidity? And if you look at a fool like Nathan Oakley, he is always stating that he don't have a model. So he don't address flat Earth's big problems with the 24-hour sun, that they don't have a map, that they don't have explanations for almost anything. His defense is I haven't claimed a model. Flurfy trolls are still copying, yes. And today I did see somewhere that I don't remember his name. I think it was the rapper MC Toon who put out something about the Flurfs who have arranged the Flat Earth meetups and published some books. I don't remember his name. I think never had. I have never made any videos about it, but he are leaving Flat Earth too. I believe he was one of them who was on Globusters in the beginning and had with Bob and those gang. I believe, but I don't remember the name. But so I'm wondering about the channel and the subjects on the channel. A lot of fleurs won't let their grift. Yes. So I'm thinking about. I think it's. I enjoy making YouTube videos. I enjoy the interaction with you who follows my channel. Yes, Dave is awesome. But debates is nothing for me. I'm it's not easy to debate when you're not native English speaking. I'm I'm better in military terms in English than I'm in science science in English, of some strange reason, because most of our communication out at sea is on English with other units from other countries and so on. So sorry. So I'm thinking about what to do with the channel. So topics to cover and so on. I will still have a look at Flat Earth, but I think I have to mix it up with other content, because otherwise the channel will go on repeat, because flurfs are repeating. Yeah, you mean, okay, stating the obvious, you mean in the real world, the one that is a globe. And yes, that I can do some explanations, military explanations. At the moment, my brain is hooked up with all the nonsense coming from US, or not from US, from the president and the ones close to him. Can anybody, for instance, explain to me why Ukraine would give US half of the minerals and so on? Last time I checked, many other countries have helped Ukraine. So why only US then? The world is crazy at the moment. So soon I can't watch the news because I get angry all the time. Horizon View, yes. I'm proud what I have done for Ukraine. to sum it up, I've been in UK training soldiers. I've been 2 tours there, and I have trained Ukrainian. Sweden donated. You will see in the small combat boat I showed sometimes that I sometimes drive. They are produced in the area where I live, and I'm quite good at handling them. I'm also doing some work testing out prototypes for the shipyard making those boats, and Sweden have donated those kind of combat boats to Ukraine. First, I believe it was 15, and then we have donated more, and so we have had crews from Ukraine in Sweden training, so I've been a part of that training too. So that's the reason why I have so much contact with soldiers in Ukraine. As I had said in this on Discord last week, it's quite hard because I'm in contact with several of them, and often when I'm in contact with them, I often be told that someone that I've trained have lost their life. And before I was stopped by the Swedish military to go to Ukraine, I've been on some funerals too. So I've been quite quiet about raising money for drones and so on the last half year or something. The reason to that is several, because I have a quite small audience, and I don't want to pressure my small audience helping Ukraine. So I'm raising money other ways, and the small incomes that I do on the channel have gone straight to buying things to Ukraine. And I will keep on doing it. So I have the donation link to the PayPal that I use for donations in the description of my videos. But I have stopped informing about this in my videos. The second reason for it is that I get a lot of nasty messages and so on from somewhere in the world that don't like this, that I'm collecting money for Ukraine. No, I haven't. I don't know Operation Starsky. I have no contact with either, and not either this Estonian that making a lot of good work. Many of the projects I've been involved with is with people working in military forces in different countries. For instance, a while back I sold my car and did buy a Toyota Hilux that I drove down to Poland, and some other people delivered it to Ukraine. That was a part of a project with serving soldiers from several NATO countries. So but when you are serving in the military, it's quite sensible. It's not so popular if we are too open with this. Yes, Horizon View. I'm well aware who Starsky is, and I'm watching his content when I have time. But uh, my contacts into Ukraine is from those soldiers that I trained, and the officers involved, the Ukrainian officers involved in that. So that's my contacts in Ukraine. Let's see. I'm looking at the. Yes, Greenland. That one is threatening a fellow NATO country. That's insane. In fact, the constant stream on now I get it with the orange emperor. Yes. I didn't know that about the paper straws, so they explode. Quite interesting. That was a new one for me. So, suggestions what to make videos about. Because I don't know if you know me. Basically, I'm I'm a mixture of several things. At the moment, I'm before 3 years ago when today it's 3 years since the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. I worked part-time in the military. I mainly worked with weapons testing and so on. And I worked a lot with the testing of ship-to-ship missiles, that kind of system, the next generation of those systems, and I worked with a lot with security, because when we're testing those, we are stopping boat traffic in a very big area out at sea. So that was what I mainly worked with. The other half I worked as a photographer and filmmaker, mostly with commercial stuff, but also I have a house in Lofoten, Norway, where I had workshops and so on. But after the war started and things started to change for us in Sweden, I spent more and more time in the military, and now I work full time at the moment for the military. I'm not planning to continue with that, but that's how it is right now. And I also work with a Cold War museum. I've shown some images from a facility, a coastal artillery facility. So if we take my military experience and what I can make videos about, I in the beginning I was trained in infantry officer, but I changed to the wet side, so boats and so on, and therefore navigation and that part is something I can a lot about, but I also have quite good knowledge about other military things. my hobby skills. Yes. I just finished a bag in skin. I'm planning to take some things with me so I can make some more leather things when I'm away. Otherwise, what I'm doing as a hobby, it's knife making and leatherwork. I'm not the best one. Leatherwork I started last year. Before that, I only made leather to what do you call them? Covers for knives. What do you call it in English? Sheets or oh. So of course I I have my office in. I'm like Daniel Pratt. I have my office in the basement of my house. So half this room is my office and the other half is my workshop. So it would be quite easy to record some videos about leatherwork or knife making. So if anyone are interested in any of those topics, please let me know. And then I'm planning this. I was planning to go this summer to Norway only to the fun of it, to because my house is north of the Arctic Circle, so we have 24-hour sun in the summer, and I planning to do a 24-hour sun video from there, and show the difference, because Lofoten have several cities. It's small cities, but it's people living there, making a video to show the difference between Antarctica at the same height as Union Glacier and what it looks like in the northern part of the world. Knife sheets, thank you. No, the water heater is in a room next to me, but at the moment this room looks like some kind of accident have occurred, because my daughter have moved back to the city we live in and is waiting for an apartment. So she's living with us for the moment, and all her things almost, they are in the garage, and the more smaller things are in my office. Yes, I'm not so damn advanced at leather, so it would, in that case, it would have to be in new learners' point of view. I have made a lot of. I think I have made 12 different bags. My wife have got 2, and my oldest son's girlfriend have got 1 bag, and my daughter 1 bag, and I don't make any bags to myself. I don't know why. So I will think more about that, about the content on the channel. I will have an eye on flat Earth, but I will make more other content because making videos is stimulating, and I'm not so fixated. I think of other things than work and what's going on in the world. The same goes with making knives and leather and so on. It's good for your brain. Let's see. Buffering. YouTube is complaining. Strange. Let's see. I have 300. Let's see what I have. I have to measure my connection then. Let's see. I have slower than normal, but 345 megabits down and 320 megabits up. So, and a 9 milliseconds in response time. So I can't see any obvious problem, but so am I streaming too much data perhaps? I will look into that later on. Okay, that was a bit on about the channel. I will address Jeran. I always have intended to there we have it. I'm looking in Discord here. I can use those statistics to look at my settings in my OBS. Okay, about Jeran. I was always intended to pay him those $500. But at the moment, I don't have any $500 because the earnings from the channel, first of all goes for Ukraine. Secondly, I think I have, I earn on this channel, perhaps when I make a lot of videos, I earn perhaps $30, $40 per month. Somewhere there, and at the moment, every damn cent I earn that I don't need myself goes for supporting Ukraine. But Jeran was typing a message in the side chat long before the live stream started, and he was threatening me with 10% interest if it was per month or something. The funny thing about that, and he sent me an invoice on PayPal. If I don't pay him, what can he do? Nothing. And 10% interest. I will sort that out later on, but not at the moment. I don't have the time and I don't have the money at the moment because for those money I could pay for 2 kamikaze drones instead. And that's more important. Yes, it's Musk. I mentioned this in the side chat. No, in Discord last week. I have a company. My photography and so on goes through a company, and it have been quite well off. So I have a company car that my company pays for, so it's not my privately. And I had a Tesla, and when I came back last week, I was so damn angry on the orange man and his follower Musk. So I I I s- I sold I sold it. I I I switched car. I sold my Tesla and I did buy another car instead, because I didn't want any money going to Elon Musk. So perhaps not the most wise decision, but I did it. So I lost, or my company lost, quite a lot of money on that one. But I'm not supporting Musk anymore. So that was the story about jeranism. Normally I don't do bets, so I was stupid. This must be one of my most boring streams. Anybody awake, or are we lagging, or? Let's see if I get any reaction from the side chat. Am I still live? Okay, chat is lagging a bit. Okay. I don't think this goes so well. So I'm taking my computer with me, and I will come back with a better prepared live than this, because it feels like I'm talking to myself all the time. So thank you for okay, you're back. I did say, if I lose, I will use the money for donations for Ukraine. And then he said things about Ukraine, that was not so nice. He was not believing that the bad guys was Russia, if I say it so. So he didn't want to be involved with paying something that would benefit Ukraine. So he demanded that it would be money for him. So I normally I have no problem paying him $500, but well, I earning less money when I working for the Swedish Defense Force than I do when I work in my own company. But it's too damn important to me to be a part of securing Sweden, Western Europe, and so on, to be a part of stopping this madman in Moscow advancing any further into other European countries. So welcome, Timo. One funny thing, though, I have met my first real flat earther. I never stood face to face to a real flat earther before. And the funny thing was when he started discussing, I knew which channel he was watching. So it was Eric Debay, Mark Sargent, and Nathan Oakley. I recognized his argument, and I could tell him where he got his arguments from. So and he had he had two friends with him that was in some way impressed of him, and they was quite impressed when I knew his sources. So after 15 to 20 minutes, he didn't want to discuss anymore with me. This was a Swedish flirt. And I didn't know that he I haven't found it, but he had a YouTube channel too. So I have started looking for him, but I haven't found it yet. It would be very funny to find his channel, but give me time and I will find it. Why is the chat lagging? I can understand if the feed is lagging, but the chat. I can see that the chat is lagging because I got the Øyvind, you're still live now. I did see that one. Oh dear, this is hard. I'm impressed. 11 people is listening to me mumbling a lot of. It is the early morning. This is hard to plan which time often I have had my live streams midday European time, but it's hard because I have followers of the channels from US, Europe, Australia. So this, which time is the perfect time to go live? It's that's a hard one. Yes. Horizons view, yes, I agree. And at the moment as we stand now with Trump's strange ways of dealing with this, it's a troubling time. No, because have I understood this correct about Jaron? Do he still believe that we didn't go to the moon and so on? Is it only the shape of the earth he have changed about? Do he believe the other garbage surrounding it? Space is fake, NASA is lying and so on. I haven't bothered looking at his live streams. Someone did give me a hint that in its latest live stream he mentioned me and about the interest rate that he would charge me for the bet. But is he still on the moon? Moon denial. Another thing that made me glad the last weeks is that Conspiracy Cats makes some content about flurfs, and I love his style of making debunk videos and so on. He's so spot on, and I think he's quite funny, and he balancing this with being scientific with being funny. He's doing that so great. Some other debunkers I'm not a fan of. Not that they are of no. I have nothing against them, but their style I don't love, and I have a hard time with all these debates. I think it's like playing football against one goal. Have you seen one debate? You have seen them all. It's they always end up being a complete dumpster fire. Yes, I can make more stuff on freedom on the war in Ukraine. I have several of the. I mean, as I said earlier in the stream, I'm in contact with several soldiers because it's a very big difference between the Russian soldier and the Ukrainian soldier. The Ukrainian soldiers is rotating. They are not in the front all the time. They're going back, resting, training, and so on. And so when they are not in the front, I have often contact with several of them. So I could take some help from some of them to making some content about the war in Ukraine, because they want the world to know how it's for them and so on. If you mean the channel was Predro. The 3 years. The 3 years is since the big attack on Ukraine by Russia. So I don't celebrate that one. It's a sad celebration. The channel I started in December. It was 5 years ago I started the channel. So I'm growing quite slowly. But I'm not complaining. Horizon View is in Central Europe. Oh, not so far from me then. Yes, I believe so. Because Jaren, I don't know, do he make a living out of the channel, or do he work also, or is he living on the incomes from the channel? Because if you look at Dirt and other of the bigger or Nathan, Mute, but Oakley and those, they need their channels. They need their incomes from the channels. So leaving all conspiracies for Jaren, would his channel survive that? Okay, what I thought. Thank you. So he believes the globe at the moon landing is hoax. But then I don't get it. Why would they lie about the moon landings? If you look at the complete, when you go complete flat Earth and believes in the dome and so on, of course you must deny the moon landing because there are no space. But if you believe in the globe, do he believe that, and he believes that we rotate around the sun? Then space exists. So why lying about the moon landing? Yes, but several flurfs, yes, but the big ones? The one I mentioned earlier on, I believe is a quite big one that MC Toon made the comment about. I think it was on Facebook or somewhere that he left. He who arranged the Flat Earth conferences, said, I believe he have made some books or something. Oh, the monkey from UK, yes, but he's sometimes he's in my side chats and sometimes he's on my live streams, but I think he was quite funny. Yes, you can't debate facts, but it's the same with all of those conspiracy nutcases, COVID deniers, 9/11, you name it. It's it. But because always do have this problem with them who is in charge. Who is them? It's the Freemasons, it's Jews, it's oh dear. And I can debate in Swedish or Norwegian, but not in English. Would be a disaster. I would spend half the debate thinking about what is that word in English. Where are all flat earthers that see too far? Have they given up on using their P1000 and P900? I want to have some more of that stuff making videos about. Men Neil, but Simon Dan, I think he also says you can't debate established facts. I have challenged Flatsoid several times on navigation, but I have demanded that he show his sources for his claims, and he have refused debating me. But how, I haven't followed Visit, how do he explain the 24-hour sun that he did see on Antarctica? How did he weasel out that one? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but he yes, Jaren, it's crypto too. Oh, I'm glad that I haven't fallen into that trap. I never tried the crypto, and I will never try it either. Okay, so hidden money. Okay. I, 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 I sometimes when I don't have anything to do, I look at Coffeezilla. I think he make great videos about crypto and that kind of things, and it made me very happy that I never tried to invest in any kind of crypto or something like that. Uh, who is smarter than Einstein? I don't follow it here. Is it Jared or Witsit? Where did Andy's message go? Did you delete it or yourself or was it? Oh, I think I have said what I wanted to say tonight. So if you have some ideas about content on the channel, make wishes. Tell me what you want me to cover, so I don't get stuck with always making videos about stupid flat earthers. I will try to make some videos about knife making, leatherwork and some more about military stuff. I will talk to my soldiers in Ukraine about making some content about Ukraine and how they have it. So, and perhaps some about photography if it's interesting. I will think about it. So I will transform the channel a bit to a more diverse channel, because I'm not looking for being a full-time YouTuber having a big channel. So I know if you're going to be successful on this, you must have a topic that you work with hard. But